Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. This is a little bit late, but I figured I would do it anyway. This is the 2-2 portal reading. I realize it is this 8th today, or the 7th, so I'm a little late, but all the same, the portal is the portal, and so I like to do these every month on the double-digit days. And I do have before we get started with the the reading, I thought we could take a look at what was going on 2/2. I picked 2/2 2023 at 2:22 a.m. And let's take a look at that chart. Here we go. So this chart is not for a specific place, really. It's an Aries rising chart. I just kind of want to look at where the planets fall at this time. And we can see that most of the planets fall on the left side of the chart here. Save for the moon. The moon at 2:22 in the morning was at 5:32 Cancer. And if we looked at 2:22 p.m., the moon would have still been in Cancer. So we can look at just the archetypes of that particular day. Of course, we have the sun in Aquarius, always 2/2 on 2/2. And of course, the sun in Aquarius deals with humanity. So it's kind of the state of humanity. If we actually take the numerology of 2/2 2023, we get a, let's see, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 7 is 11. So we have an 11-2 vibration for the day. The 11-2 vibration, of course, is the Justice card. And let me just pull that up here so we can have a look. Now, of course, the justice that we speak of in the 11 vibration is cosmic justice, not necessarily man's justice, but it can also be associated with justice. And so this 2/2 portal brings in that energy of cosmic justice. And I'm going to pull out Justice card from this Illuminati deck and just talk a little bit about the symbology that we see in the Justice card, assuming I can find it. There are you, Lady Justice. Now, Justice is generally seen as a lady holding a sword in one hand and a scale in the other. Here she is. And on the Tree of Life, this is located between Gabura, which is symbology of the sword, and Tippereth, which is the symbology of the of balance, right? Of balance. And so we can see this card here. Let's see. There we go. Oh, let me see if I can do this without screwing up. Oh, I guess it has to be in front of me. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, guys. This is like craziness. All right. So we see she has the sword and she has the scales. And if you notice, Justice is not blind because justice sees, this is cosmic justice. See, man's justice, we have the blindfold because we don't want our own proclivities to influence justice. We want to be as pure as we can be. Of course, this is theoretical, right? If you're rich, at least in America, your justice is much better served. In fact, you can get away with all kinds of stuff. But if you're poor, you can, justice can come down on you for a simple reason of like walking down the street and being poor. So we're not going to talk about that necessarily. That's more of an American and probably just a worldly thing. But hopefully, part of the lesson with this 2/2 portal is that justice needs to be served for the mighty and for the meek as well. And of course, we're moving into a new sort of vibration with Pluto moving into Aquarius for the May. It's going to be there until, March. I think it's going to be there till May, and then it goes back into Capricorn. But for the most part, the Capricorn energy is on the wane. The Aquarius energy is on the wax. And Aquarius really is about humanity and equality and equanimity. So we take that energy as we move into this time with a 2-2 portal. And of course, as we're in this time now. Okay, what else do I want to say about the numerology associated with this? Well, on the Tree of Life, we're dealing with Gabura, which is the place of instant karma. Connects the path of justice to Tippereth, which is the heart, and it is the center of the tree, and it is the place of being, B-E-I-N-G, being. Remember, we are human beings and not human doings. All right, so let's get started with this reading, and I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. And so what do we need to be aware of in this 2-2 portal? What are you trying to what is it? Oops, 2 portal. Oops. Of course, 2 is a vibration of sensitivity. 2 is a very sensitive number. 2 is about duality. We are in a 7 vibration for the universal year. So we add that 7 vibration to the 2-2, which of course is the 11. All right. Oops, my goodness. All right, let me go back to the chart just to point out a few more things. I realized I didn't point out everything I wanted to point out on this chart. So we have the sun in Aquarius. We also have Saturn in Aquarius. And Saturn, of course, is about structure. It's the lessons that we're learning, and Saturn in a part of the human, of humanity. You know, we're all part of humanity, how we're sort of all interconnected. And Aquarius is a sign associated with equanimity. And so things are equaling out. We have Venus and Neptune in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So Venus and Neptune are very powerful at this time in this placement. And this calls for compassion. We have Jupiter and Chiron in Aries. We're dealing with the wounds around unfettered masculine or aggressive energy. We're dealing with wounds around identity, wounds. Maybe I'll pick a rune. I think that's what that was about. We can see that. Wounds around self-determination. And we have Jupiter there. Jupiter brings an expansive energy. Jupiter in Aries starts a whole new 12-year cycle of Jupiter. And this is about initiating and expanding new ideas, new experiences, the new. Now, not every experience is going to hold water, so to speak, or you're going to be able to. When Jupiter goes into Taurus, we'll have an opportunity to see which of these great ideas that we had while Jupiter was in Aries can actually create a stable root system. That's what Jupiter will do. Jupiter will bring in the energy, will sort of contain the energy of Aries, and then we have to work on the roots. And Jupiter is going to be in Taurus for a year, from May of 2023 to May 2024. So that will be helpful for sure. We have the nodes of the moon still in Taurus, asking us to move forward in the direction of what is essential in our lives, with Uranus there, creating a lot of upheaval. Now, as I do this reading, there was a significant earthquake actually at the full moon. And the full moon this month was square Uranus. And of course, Uranus is still on that north node. So those seismic things are not unusual when we see this sort of signature in the chart. We also have Pluto up there in Capricorn still. It's getting closer and closer to that Aquarius, and we have Mercury in Capricorn as well. Mercury in Capricorn is about thinking very practically, is very pragmatic. It likes to utilize things. So there's a lot of energy here about utilization of what is available to us. The moon in Cancer, of course, deals with our need to feel secure at home, And Mars in Gemini, now finally direct, is moving through that third house. So there's a lot of ideas, Mars in Gemini. And because it had that retrograde motion before it went into Aquarius, it's been retrograde in Gemini, I'm sorry. And so we've had all these sort of ideas come up and reestablishing and reevaluating and taking action. And so it is about taking action on our ideas. But these ideas, we have Mars sextile Chiron here. The thing with Chiron is that we can work from our wounds, which re-wounds us, or we can work on healing the wounds. So we have the opportunity to heal many wounds if we can focus on the right things, Let's take a look and see what the cards have to say now. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, I think I'm done. Let's just cut the cards and see what they have to say. So this is message for the 2-2 portal, and I will pull a rune afterwards. So we have the Three of Pentacles starting this. Three of Pentacles is really about working with others, but this is the Three of Pentacles is located on the Tree of Life in Bina. And Bina is about the constraints that we need in order to create structure. And so what's on our primary focus at this time is building structures that will sustain themselves, okay? Building structures that will sustain. What is the challenge to that? We have the Seven of Wands here as a challenge. This is about like standing up for your values. This is also about having a higher perspective on things. And so the challenge here is, how do we build firm foundations with a higher vision of what those firm foundations mean? This sometimes can be dark money in some cases. This can be the people, the architects and the bankers and the people who have more power to create. And the challenge is, are we going to create for everyone, or are we going to just create for the few? Let's see what's underneath it. Okay, well, we have the moon. So the moon is about a little bit of lunacy, a lot of it. There's a lot to say about the moon. The moon reminds us to a certain extent that we are dual, D-U-A-L. We have a dual nature. We have an earthly nature and we have a heavenly nature. And sometimes those natures don't necessarily vibe with each other. This can be emotional upsets, emotional ups and downs. It can be a sense of victimization. But there's a sense here that we're in quite a difficult, fluctuating time. The moon waxes and wanes, good and bad, everything is and nothing is quite clear with the moon. The moon, you're only seeing half the story usually. In the past, we have the King of Cups. This is the energy, the masculine cup energy. It's about dominion over your feelings, making sure that those that you love are taken care of. There's that energy with the King of Cups. And we see the moon up here. The moon in the tarot the moon is also associated with the High Priestess in the tarot. So there's this sort of trying to come to terms with our feelings in the past. In the sky, we have the devil. Oops, we have the devil. This is temptation. This is temptation. This is choice, a choice between being um, um, held down, so to speak, by our greed or our avarice, which I think is the same thing. The choice, uh, staying in the dark, the choice to stay in the darkness, or the choice to raise above. The devil card is kind of a trickster energy. In the Rider-Waite deck, the Dexter, the devil, the Dexter. The devil has, I think I need more coffee. The devil has a little bit of a grin on his face, because he understands that this is just an illusion, that the darkness is in a certain, on a certain level, is a choice that people make. So that's that's what spirit is reminding us. We have a choice to stay in the darkness or to move into the light. And it's interesting because 2 is a vibration of choice. Let's see the immediate future. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is about making, if we have choices, the Queen of Pentacles says, understand what is of value to you and build from that. Now, of course, with the North Node in Taurus, there's that message again. Uranus there is sort of creating havoc. So we come to terms with what is really important. Like, those old, you're in a building and you can only save 3 people. Who do you save? Those kind of things. That's really what that energy is about. Choosing what is most important, what is most essential in your life, and then building upon it, sustaining that. This is about sustaining what you love. How it's seen from the outside. What do the aliens think? We have the 6 of Swords here. So there is a sense that things are getting better. We are moving away and moving towards calmer waters, moving towards calmer waters. 6 of Swords. Our domestic situation. We have the 8 of Pentacles. This is working on doing things. This is a Virgo card, so it does have that Virgo energy of being persistent in how you work. So this is about continuing to do what you do in order to have the resources that you need. So the message is to, in your domestic situation, is to tend to your stability, hopes and fears. The 3 of Wands. This is one of my favorite cards, the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is about creativity. The 3 of Wands is found in Bina, so it's about understanding. And Wands is about spirituality, right? And so this is about having a stable sort of spiritual vision. This can also be about waiting for your ships to come in. And I can't see that as a fear necessarily, unless you've done something wrong and the ships is the law. And the outcome card. Yes, awakening, judgment. This is the 20 vibration, 2-0. It is the 2 vibration with the 0 God force. And this is about awakening. This is about, we are waking up. So this 2-2 portal wakes us up to not only what is, but who we truly are. We are spirit having a human experience. We have the co-creative power, but we also, people will be judged. So the scales of justice are being balanced. So we may see that energy, that justice coming. We have the page underneath, we have the Page of Swords. This is the Page of Swords always sort of reminds me of keeping your ears open, to see what it is that you need to hear to sort of warn yourself, like be warned, warn yourself. I don't think that's a phrase you can say. Um, be aware of your environment, listen to the wind, pay attention to the signs that are out there. And you're not going to be all that sure about them, I think, because pages are young. And so they don't have the experience of, say, the king or even the knight for that matter. But pages are associated with earth, with the earth element. And so it's about listening to the cues, right, in order for you to survive, really. So if you feel the rumblings or hear the rumblings, know that perhaps you need to be ready to move. We have the world card, and the world speaks of endings and new beginnings. And so this is reminding us what's underneath is that this is the end of an age, and things are going to be difficult at the end of an age because you're letting go of things that maybe you don't want to let go of, or you don't think you need to let go of. But if it's there and it's showing that you need to let go, it's really important that you trust that you trust your intuitions, you trust the signs that are coming in, even if uh, they're a little unfamiliar for you. And then we have the Two of Cups, which is about relationship. Another two. There's a lot of twos in this reading. So it is about relating, right? It's about relating to our environment. It's around choice. It's around knowing that we need to be light on our feet at this time because this is a shifting time, and we have to be able to sort of go with it. Adaptability is very important at this time with this reading. Okay, so let me pull a rune because I did say rune before, and we'll see what rune comes up. Hold on. Oops. Okay. I have my little rune bag here. I'm telling you, I can't touch one thing without something else flying off the. Sorry, lazy. This is, how do you say it? Jetta? It's Jera. This is about the heart. This is about planting the seeds for the harvest. This is about patience. And so this is reminding, and it's interesting because there's two of the same, and they're sort of like opposite. It almost looks like Cancer, right? The symbol for Cancer, or maybe the symbol for Pisces, two fish going in opposite directions. But this is Yetta. Let me read the book on this for you guys. So it says here the divinatory meanings of Jetta. I think it's Jera. Jera. Anyway, to this. Yeah. Okay. So you can see it, and it doesn't disappear into the lightning. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, Jera simply means change, usually for the better. So this is sort of the Wheel of Fortune energy. This could mean an improvement in a relationship, a new job, or even moving to a new home. It often follows a difficult period in one's life and may mean that all of your hard work is about to pay off. The specifics will depend on the surrounding runes, which doesn't apply to us. It will occasionally refer to as retirement or a much needed vacation. Okay. In all cases, the change is easy and a logical transition and simply means that the wheel is turning and it should, as it should. It is simply a matter of waiting for the right season. So this is a very, very positive rune to get, especially when we look at the situations that we find ourselves in. It really comes down to the choices that we make. So I would say just choose wisely. The portal is reminding us that it's always in our power to choose how we're going to experience something. And we can either we can either choose love or we can choose fear. And fear is associated with the devil card. Fear of change, fear of letting go of something, and it's like the idea that if you can't let go, how can anything come to you if your hands are closed because you're holding on so tight, right? And of course, we have Taurus and Scorpio as the axis, right? Taurus is about, holding on to what's of value. Scorpio requires us to let go. And it's the balance of holding on and letting go. What do you need to hold on to? You need to hold on to maybe what is closest to your heart, what is closest to what is most important to you, what is going to bring life to you, and let go of the rest. And sometimes that's forced upon us. And that's never fun. So have yourself a good month. I will see you again on the 3-3 portal. Until then, namaste. Take care, everyone.